first man to don the cape and become the Man of Steel, making an appearance on TV during World War II, a benchmark for most actors who played superheroes or playing as superheroes to look up to. From a soldier to Superman, this is Kirk Alyn, and this is his basic biography. Early life. Kirk Alyn's real name was John Fego Jr. and was born on the 8th of October 1910 to parents who came from Hungary. He lived and grew up in New Jersey and would attend school in this area. Yet there is not that much to talk about for this actor, as he was only able to study at Columbia University in New York, and only had worked on small acting roles, and spending his younger years on Broadway. Due to his charm and being able to take up small roles on stage, in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, he was only able to work on the small roles on stage rather than make it big. Playing choir boys on most of his stage performances that actually helped him perform in many performances during the Great Depression, and sometimes taking part as a dancer and singer on many roles on Broadway. Yet the 1940s for Kirk Alyn would make him work and even enlist in the United States Navy to serve his country in World War II. After the war, he was able to make himself and even take himself to Hollywood to become a low budget actor. Broadway to B movies. Kirk Alyn was not a major Hollywood star, as his goal was to make it big in Hollywood. He was a singer, actor, and dancer on Broadway, and this would not cut it for him to move to Hollywood during the 1930s. He would only be recognized for his television roles and some movie roles in low budget movies. He would play detectives, soldiers, and later on play Superman, the Man of Steel. Most of his roles would be uncredited or be too small based on the characters he played. His first role was Fast and Loose, where he played a stock character, and this was during the 1930s, and would carry on making small performances on the big screen and on television. The actor could not still cut a break in Hollywood during the 1940s, as most of the roles were given to actors who had more experience and had more major film or stage backgrounds. He managed to star in movie serials mostly in the 1940s to the 1950s, as these roles made him more of a star than any Hollywood movie. First Man Made of Steel. Kirk Alyn managed to get a major role after World War II, and this was the role that made him an icon, as well as being the first person to play a superhero very well, and other superhero actors looked up to him towards this role. This was the 1948 film serials of Superman. Superman would be his moneymaker and his claim to fame. He played the hero from 1948 to 1950 and would make many appearances based on dressing up as the character for events and special performances and appearances. For being the first actor to play the Man of Steel, he was managed to captivate audiences far and wide with his acrobatics and stunts, which most of the people would see in the cinema instead of television screens. From playing small roles to playing his first major role as the Man of Steel, he was able to get other film roles in Hollywood, making him one of the best stars on television around the 1950s to the 1960s, based on his Superman performance, working with notable actors and actresses. Actresses such as Noel Neal and even working with Lana Turner. He also worked with Lyle Talbot, Gene Kelly, and Vincent Price from the 1940s to the 1960s as a legitimate actor. Personal life and final years. Kirk Alyn was only married once, and that relationship was with his wife, Virginia O'Brien, from 1942 to 1955. The couple had 3 children. As he was able to play the Man of Steel in the 1940s and 1950s, Kirk Alyn worked on other roles such as Black Hawk, another DC Comics hero and property of DC Comics during the time, that helped boost his action and even television film persona. Black Hawk was based on a World War II veterans group who had to fight gangsters and even go on top secret missions to save the world. Kirk Alyn even had the chance to keep playing small roles in cheap movies, just to keep Hollywood on his status, and even Hollywood as his main job, even making appearances as the Man of Steel in some performances. He was considered to be one of the oldest people and even an old man at the time playing as the Man of Steel, and still wanted to be remembered for that role. Yet, he was able to make a cameo appearance as General Sam Lane, who was the father of Lois Lane, the lover or the love interest of Clark Kent in the 1978 movie Superman. He was even honored and acknowledged by most people as the Man of Steel, with most rallies and events having him attend as himself or as Superman. His final role was in 1983 in the movie Scalps, where he played a professor in a low-rated movie and even being not being able to be marked as a, a best movie in his career. From his life after the screen, he was not remembered, but yet he was only known as the first Superman. Legacy and death. Kirk Alyn passed away on the 14th of March 1999 of Alzheimer's disease at the age of 88 in Texas, USA. He was not a major film star or considered as one of the biggest actors on the silver screen, yet he was considered as a hero to many growing up in the 1940s and 1950s, as he played Superman for the first time. Most of the stunts would not be performed at the same level as a big budget movie, nor had been made by him or making his own stunts. The legacy he left was not a big as many people would expected it to be, as this was due to him only playing Superman and other notable characters to take over the role in the future. He would often be up against big actors such as George Reeves, who played Superman longer than himself and being played on the television. Other actors such as Christopher Reeves would see him as an iconic legend, as well as the first Man of Steel he's seen on the big screen or even on the TV, sometimes taking his mannerisms and style to play the same hero on the big screen. Kirk Alyn may have been an underrated and even a less known actor, but he should be considered as a legend who played the first Man of Steel and be able to make a comic book become a real life phenomena. Thank you for watching and subscribing to videos like this. If you would like to see more, please let me know, and even have time to watch my other videos. I'm Suki Cookie, and please stay tuned for more my content. Thank you for watching.